Good afternoon, friends. So, in the today's recorded lecture, we are going to see the Euler's equation of a motion of a rigid body with one point fix. We'll see Euler's equation of a motion of a rigid body when one point of a rigid body is fixed. Okay, for that, let us start with this. I hope everyone remember the first chapter in which we have found the equation of a motion. Okay. I don't know how many of you remember the equation of a motion for that. You must remember this part, equation of a motion. How to find out equation of a motion is force is nothing but p bar dot. That is rate of change of a momentum is nothing but force. In the absence of force, momentum is constant. Okay. In case of angular momentum, in the absence of torque, the linear angular momentum is constant. Okay. So, if you remember that, let us go for the next one. Consider a rigid body. Let us consider a one rigid body. On the consideration, one point of the rigid body is fixed, which means that there is only rotational motion. It cannot have a translation motion. Okay, and so it is moving with say angular velocity omega. This point is fixed. Right? Suppose it is moving with some angular velocity omega. And then if it is having angular velocity, then we can have the torque acting on this. So this torque acting on this will be generated. This is what equation we can write. N bar is equal to dl by dt. In the absence of torque, there will be dl is constant. It is angular momentum is constant. So we have n is equal to dl by dt. This is the equation which is we have written in the fixed coordinate system, or we can say it is in the space set of x's, or we can say it is in fixed set of x's. Okay. Now, just now we have proved what we have proved in the last lecture. That is d by dt of space set of x's is equal to d by dt of body set of x's plus w, that is the velocity, into the same quantity. Now, the same equation as I told you, this we have proved for by taking the consideration of r. Those who remember the last lecture, r is equal to, we have written xi plus yj plus zk. This is a position vector in S, okay, S system, and in r is equal to x dash I dash plus y dash j dash plus z dash k dash. It is a position vector of a particle in S dash, and with respect to this, we have found this equation. Now, this equation is true for any term here, whatever may be the term here. This equation is true for every term. Since that's why we have written by considering r को हमने remove किया था ना last lecture में. Since r is arbitrary, hence we have written this equation. So the same equation I will write for L. Okay, since we can say this is equation which is true for any quantity, right? Which are related to our rigid body, dl by dt, space set of x's, body set of x's, or we can say it is rotational plus w cross L. Okay, let us name it as equation 1. But what we know about L, L is what? L is I into omega. We have proved in the last lecture. I hope you remember L is equal to, we have proved in the form of a matrix also. L is what with Lx, Ly, Lz. We have written the three equations Lx, Ly, Lz, which is equal to Ixx, Wx, Ixy, Wy, Ixz, Wz. So here what are the terms we have? Wx, Wy, Wz. And here we have Iyx, Iyy, Iyz, Izx, Izy, Izz. Right? We choose the axis of rotation of a body to be principal axis, right? Now in this case, we will consider the principal axis. We are not going to consider this ix, y, ix. What are these ix, y, ix? Is a moment of inertia along xy. This is that means what is xy? It is nothing but a line passing through origin, making an angle 45 degrees. So this is what an equation x equal to y. So instead of considering the different different axes, we are going to consider only principal axis. What are our principal axes? Yes, these are our principal axes. That is x, y, and z axes are our principal axes. So we are not going to consider any in between axes. So we will consider only the principal axis, which means that I is equal to, it is moment of inertia. We will consider as this is what ixx 0 0 0 iyyy 0 0 0 I z z. Okay. Now let us denote, instead of denoting it as ixx and all, so let us denote it as I1, I2, I3. Okay. This is say I1, this is what I2, and this is I3. And with the help of this, we can now find out what is L. Okay. Now substitute in the above equation and we get. Okay, we have to solve this one. Okay, instead of this matrix, we have to write the matrix this one. So the equations become, so what will be the equation? Here we can write this is Lx, Ly, Lz is equal to that matrix which is with I1 0 0 0 I2 0 0 0 I3, and what is here is Wx, Wy, and Wz. Okay. Now after multiplying these two, we get, what we get is actually we get L is equal to, okay, multiplication will be I1 omega x, I2 omega y, I3 omega z. Right. Now let us write down this in the form of Lx, Ly, Lz by taking the ijk, that is Lxi plus Lyj plus Lzk, which is equal to I1 Wxi plus I2 Wyx, sorry, Wyj plus I3 Wzk. And then by equality of our matrices, what is our L? L we have written, it is nothing but your Lx, Ly, and Lz. Okay. So hence we can write it as, by equality of our matrices, we can write Lx is equal to I1 omega x, Ly is equal to I2 omega y, Lz is equal to I3 omega z. Okay. So what we have done, we have initially we have to find out equation of motion, and for finding equation of motion in case of we are having angular velocity, right? What is given to us? One rigid body is given. For that rigid body, we are provided that one point of the rigid body is fixed. If one point of the rigid body is fixed, what do you mean by one point is fixed? That means translation motion is option. There will be a rotational motion. It is rotating with an angular velocity omega. Okay, you know the equation of motion, that is F is equal to dp by dt. This is an equation of motion, and n bar is equal to dl by dt. It is nothing but our equation of motion. Those who don't remember, go back to our first chapter, and here we have written n, that is torque is equal to rate of change of angular momentum. Okay, this we have written in the space set of axis. Okay, now in the last lecture, we have proved one theorem, that is d by dt of space set of x's, or we can say it is fixed set of x's, is equal to d by dt of body set of x's or rotational set of x's plus w cross the quantity. Okay, this equation we have proved with the help of a position vector r. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to write down the same equation, as we can say this is true for any term. So hence we have written the same equation for L. since we want to find out equation of motion, so for that we have written dl by dt. What is dl by dt? It's nothing but your torque. Okay, what is the value of L? We have I into omega, which we have proved in the last some 2 to 3 lectures. And now, whatever instead of considering any axis, we are going to consider principal axis. What do you mean by IXY? It is moment of inertia acting along x equal to y, right? So instead of considering that, we are going to consider the moment of inertia along, or we can say axis of rotation of a body. We are going to consider as a principal axis. So the off diagonal elements of I will be 0. So off diagonal elements means what? With the elements which are except diagonal. Diagonal चे entries असणार आहे. Off diagonal म्हणजे diagonal सोडून बाकीचे entries 0 असणार आहे. What we are going to choose? We are going to choose axis of rotation of a body to be principal axis. Okay. What do you mean by choosing the axis of rotation principal axis? That means we are going to choose a rotation through either x or y or z, right? And then just we have written this, and after multiplication we get this equation. Okay, now we have to put it in our equation. What is our equation? Uh, as we are going to solve that equation. So for that, let me write down it as dl by dt rotational, or we can say it is body set of axis. It is equal to d by dt of these terms. Okay, d by dt of L. What is L? We have obtained it is Lx plus Ly plus Lz. That is I1 omega x plus I2 omega yj plus I3 omega z k. Now just after differentiating we get what we get d by dt of this term will be I1 as it is, and derivative of omega, it is omega x dot I plus I2 omega y dot j plus I3 omega z dot k. So this is our equation 2. Now we have to evaluate what is W cross R. Since we are evaluating our equation, which equation we are evaluating? Equation 1 we are evaluating. Okay, so here firstly we have found the value of this one with the help of derivative just now we have found, and now we have to find out the value of this term. Okay, the value of the first term, that is dl by dt body set of axis, is our equation 2. This one. Now let us find out W cross R. We can write with the help of a cross product. That is first is ijk, and the second one is component of W, that is wx, wy, wz, and L is I1 omega x, I2 omega y, I3 omega z. Right, after I hope everyone can solve this determinant. So I will write down W cross L in terms of I common, I3 minus I2, Wy, Wz plus minus j I3 minus I1, Wx, Wz. Next plus k I2 minus I1, Wx, Wy. Okay. Now this is where we can have the equation number 3. Now what we have to do? We have to use equation 3 and 2 in equation 1. You can see what is our equation 3, this one. In the equation 2, we have obtained the value of dl by dt body set of axis. We have to use this in our equation 1. Okay. Since we are finding the equation of motion, hence we are making use of dl by dt. Okay. So dl by dt, fixed set of axis or space set of axis is equal to, now using 3 and 2 in equation 1, we get I1 omega x dot plus I2 omega y dot j plus I3 omega z dot k plus the next term, that is equation number 3, I into I3 minus I2 omega y omega z minus j I3 minus I1 omega x omega z plus k times I2 minus I1 omega x omega y. And hence now what is this? N is related to our dl by dt. So this n I can write in the form of nx, ny and nz, right? nxi plus nyz. I hope you are not having any problem writing dl by dt is nothing but your torque, no? Just now I have written initially in this lecture. Nzk is equal to, now let me keep all the terms with I. Taking I common, we will write the terms I1 omega x dot plus I3 minus I2 omega y omega z plus j times I2 omega y dot minus I3 minus I1 omega x omega z plus k times I3 omega z dot plus I2 minus I1 omega x omega y. Comparing the coefficient, that is we have to compare the coefficients of I, j, k, we get, what we get, nx is equal to, whatever the coefficient of I, we have to write here I1 omega x dot plus I3 minus I2 omega y omega z ny nz. I2 omega y dot, here is I3 omega z dot plus I1 minus I3 omega x omega z. Next is I2 minus I1 omega x omega y. These are what our required equations of motion. And or we can say it is required Euler's equation of motion. And now let us write the one known. What will be note? As I said, these are related to Wx, Wy and all. If I am going to consider torque is 0, suppose if torque is 0, which means that Nx is 0, Ny is 0, as well as Nz is 0. So the above equation becomes, what will be the above equation? I1 omega x dot is equal to, see this may be for MCQ, these equations may be there for your MCQ exam. Means if we are going to consider torque is absent, then what is a Euler's equation of a motion? In the absence of torque, what are Euler's equations of motion? So hence in this way we have proved this. In the next lecture we are going to see what are the types of matrices, and after that we will see Cayley-Klein parameters. Okay, and after Cayley-Klein parameter we'll complete this syllabus. Okay, so we are remaining with only 2 lectures. After this 2 lecture, our syllabus will be completed. My work is tending to 0. You have to start your study.